Emotional mastery isn't about feeling nothing. It's about feeling everything and staying centered anyway. Most people think emotional control means suppression. They're wrong. You're going to learn to process emotions so efficiently that what used to derail you for days now passes in minutes. This isn't theory. This is a systematic approach to building unshakable internal stability. Let's begin. 1. Name it to tame it. Your brain can't regulate what it can't identify. When emotion hits, you have 3 seconds before it hijacks your nervous system. In those 3 seconds, you name it. Aloud if you're alone. Internally if you're not. I'm feeling anxious. This is anger. I'm experiencing shame. The act of labeling activates your prefrontal cortex and down-regulates your amygdala. Neuroscience backs this, but you don't need to understand the science. You need to practice the technique. I learned this sitting in my car after a brutal meeting. Heart racing, thoughts spiraling. Instead of white-knuckling through it, I said out loud, I'm feeling humiliated and angry. Within 30 seconds, my breathing steadied. Within 2 minutes, I could think clearly. The emotion didn't disappear, but it lost its control. Do this every single time, no exceptions. The moment you feel emotional charge, you name it. This becomes automatic after 2 weeks of consistent practice. 2. Build your sensory reset. You can't think your way out of an emotional state. You have to shift your physiology first. Create 3 physical reset protocols. 1 for anxiety, 1 for anger, 1 for sadness. These aren't coping mechanisms. They're circuit breakers. For anxiety, cold water on your face for 30 seconds. This triggers the mammalian dive reflex and slows your heart rate immediately. Or box breathing. 4 counts in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. 5 rounds minimum. For anger, intense physical movement, 20 burpees, sprint upstairs. Anything that burns the adrenaline flooding your system. You can't process anger rationally while cortisol is peaking. Burn it off first. For sadness, bilateral stimulation. Walk while focusing on alternating steps. Tap your knees left, right. This activates both brain hemispheres and prevents rumination from locking in. Pick your protocols now, not when you're emotional. Right now, write them down. These become your non-negotiables. 3. Practice micro-exposures. You don't build emotional resilience by avoiding discomfort. You build it through controlled exposure. Start small. Deliberately put yourself in situations that trigger mild emotional responses. Cold showers for building discomfort tolerance. Asking strangers for directions to practice social anxiety. Sitting with boredom for 20 minutes without reaching for your phone. I spent 6 months taking cold showers every morning, not because I loved them, because I needed to prove to my nervous system that I could handle discomfort without reacting. That practice was instrumental. When actual stress hit, a project failure, a difficult conversation, my body already knew how to stay regulated. The pattern is simple: controlled stress, recovery, adaptation. Like strength training, but for your emotional nervous system. 5 minutes of deliberate discomfort daily builds more resilience than 5 years of comfort. 4. Separate stimulus from response. Between what happens and how you react is a gap. Emotional mastery lives in that gap. Someone cuts you off in traffic. That's the stimulus. Your anger is the response. Most people collapse these into one event. You're going to learn to stretch that gap until you can choose your response. Practice this. When something triggers you, pause for 3 breaths before responding. Not fake breaths, real ones. Belly breathing. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. During those breaths, you're not deciding what to do. you're just creating space. This feels impossible at first. Your brain wants to react immediately. That's evolution. Your amygdala thinks every trigger is a threat, but you're not running from predators anymore. You're reading emails and having conversations. The 3-breath pause gives your prefrontal cortex time to override your amygdala. After 2 weeks of this practice, the gap expands naturally. After 2 months, you'll wonder how you ever reacted so quickly to things that don't matter. 5. Interrogate your narratives. Your emotions aren't triggered by events. They're triggered by the stories you tell about events. You don't get anxious because a meeting is coming up. You get anxious because you tell yourself, I'm going to mess this up. Everyone will judge me and my career will suffer. That narrative creates the anxiety. Change the narrative. Change the emotion. Do this. Write down the story you're telling yourself. Literally write it. Then ask 3 questions. Is this definitely true? What evidence contradicts this? What would I tell a friend thinking this way? A client once spiraled because his boss didn't respond to an email for 2 days. His narrative was, he's avoiding me because he's unhappy with my work. I'm probably getting fired. We interrogated it. Alternative explanations was different. The boss was traveling, buried in meetings, dealing with a crisis. Within minutes, the anxiety dropped. Not because the situation changed, because the narrative did. Do this in writing. Your brain can't play tricks when you're looking at words on paper. 6. Schedule your processing time. You can't be emotionally available 24 hours a day. You'll burn out. Set a daily 15-minute window for emotional processing. Same time every day. During this window, you feel everything. You journal. You sit with discomfort. You cry if you need to. You rage if you must. But when the timer ends, you're done. This isn't suppression. It's scheduling. Outside that window, when emotions arise, you acknowledge them. I see you, and I'll give you attention at 4 p.m. Then you return to what you are doing. You're training your nervous system that emotions don't require immediate attention. I do this every morning at 6 a.m. 15 minutes with coffee and a journal. Whatever came up yesterday gets processed then. The rest of my day stays clear. When something triggers me at 2 p.m., I note it and move on. My brain trusts I'll address it later. 7. Accept what you can't control. Most emotional suffering comes from fighting reality. You can't control what other people think. You can't control outcomes. You can't control the past. Every minute you spend wishing these things were different is a minute you're creating your own suffering. The practice is radical acceptance, not agreement, not approval. Acceptance. This is what's happening right now. That's it. No judgment, no resistance, just acknowledgement. I lost a major opportunity I'd worked toward for 2 years. My first response was denial, then anger, then bargaining. All of it extended my suffering. When I finally accepted it, this happened. It's over. Fighting reality won't change it. The emotional charge dissolved within hours. I redirected that energy toward what I could control. The next opportunity. You practice this with small things first. Traffic, weather, someone's bad mood. Say out loud, this is what's happening right now, and that's okay. Feel the resistance in your body. Breathe into it. Let it soften. Do this enough times and it becomes your default response. 8. Test under pressure. Theory means nothing without pressure testing. Once you've practiced these techniques in controlled environments, you deliberately seek challenges, difficult conversations, high-stakes presentations, situations that would have wrecked you before. You're not trying to fail. You're trying to prove your emotional regulation holds under load. Every time you stay centered when you used to fall apart, you're rewiring your nervous system. You're teaching your brain, we can handle this. The old patterns lose power. The new ones become automatic. This isn't instant. You'll have setbacks, days when you react poorly. That's data, not failure. You notice what triggered you. You refine your protocols. You try again. 6 months of this systematic approach creates more emotional stability than 6 years of hoping you'll naturally become less reactive. You won't. You have to build it deliberately. Nothing will shake you anymore because you've trained yourself to stay rooted while everything moves around you. That's mastery.